Welcome to 3 Questions with Movius. I am here today with Amit Modi, Movius CTO, CISO, Chief Evangelist, and probably the person who owns the most Movius branded apparel in the world. Amit, welcome.
Sam, glad to be here.
Good to have you. So let's talk about the future. Recently, you were quoted as saying that 2026 will be the tipping point for mass adoption of secure voice and messaging, especially in mission-critical sectors such as finance, government, and healthcare. Tactically, what does this mean for the financial services space?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sam, before I go into the vertical itself, I think the first part is very important. We are seeing a tremendous uptick in voice and voice-oriented communications, right? Like even if you see with all the advancements in AI, voice has become that core underpinning. And the reason is the most trusted conversations, the conversations which are intimate, where there is a lot of critical information shared, it all happens on voice, right? So we all experience it. And the next one is messaging. So that's the first part why I see voice and messaging will become so crucial to everything that we do. It will bring employees of a business and their clients a lot more closer together, which then leads me to why I believe why 2026 will be pivotal in different verticals. So you look at financial services, they are all about two experiences, employee experience and customer facing experience, and they are putting an inordinate amount of investments and uplifts, obviously leveraging AI to deliver the most magical experiences in those two categories. And this is where we see voice and messaging will become crucial. Now the form may change. It could be short voice, it could be voice grams, it could be voice enabled conversational AI, it could be voice and messaging instantly at the endpoint of users' consumption. But we are going to see these bankers or front office people getting a lot more closer to their clients using voice and messaging. So that's in the financial services.
Totally makes sense. So we'd love to transition now to government, which I imagine there might be an even stronger need for security there, possibly some other applications.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Very similar theme. People want to continue to communicate, but you see how much the spotlight has been now, right? With Salt Typhoon and Signal Gate and all the things that are happening. And if you look at agencies, there's a big focus on efficiency. There's a big focus on adoption of AI, and yet critical conversations and communication needs to happen, right? So you sort of need a fortress model which enables these secure voice and messaging communications to happen. But at the same time, you also need to expand the channels beyond voice and text into social messaging. So caseworkers want to be efficient serving the citizens. Military personnel deployed in different parts of the world need to have a local obfuscated identity. And all these things will drive the adoption of voice and messaging securely a lot.
Awesome. So the last thing I would like to talk about is healthcare, which you mentioned in your quote. Healthcare is a patient-first space.
Yeah.
And so I imagine it's possibly a bit different than government and finance. What do you see here?
Yeah, and this is where I think will be the most disruption. And that's one I'm extremely excited about. And the reason is, Sam, because care is becoming a lot more decentralized and remote. No longer the patient needs to come to a central facility. And we had seen over the years care shifting away from a central hospital system more and more towards the edge and closer to the patients. You've heard of remote care, you've heard of telemedicine, and the channels that are going to bridge that decentralized care is going to be voice and messaging. And voice and messaging done in a manner where both parties can trust. Both parties don't need to be on the same application, which is what is needed today. And it has to be accessible on any device or form factor on both the sides. So on the care provider side, they could be on their personal devices, on their company provided devices, tablets, or their monitors or laptops or desktops. And on the patient side, it could be on IoT devices, it could be on their preferred phones. So you see, these things will only happen when voice and messaging can securely traverse between those two parties. So I'm extremely bullish that because of the decentralization of care and the efficiency that is needed on the clinician side, these two things will play a big role.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.